Welcome to Big Braids in Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere. We're going to get started with ASM tonight. All right, well, let's get it started. Taking a look at ASM, the last video we made, looks like it's playing out with this little scenario, this little zigzagging that we were talking about. You know, it could be creeping its way up over this 618 here at 1516, I believe. Once it gets over here, probably, I mean, if it makes its move over this 618, probably get a little bit of consolidation and then the next move up, just like we talked about in this video here. Let's take a look at clean this up a bit. So from this outlook here, it looks like it's already tested the 618 here, you know, at 1512, I believe that is. Let's see if we can get that line up. Probably about 1512. You know, looking to basically come back down and retest this 786. Let's see if we can get another line on here. And so if it does get rejected at a 618, it's going to come back. It did get, you know, did test it. It's going to come back down and test the 786. Possibly for, you know, a little bit consolidation. Try again. If it does get rejected here, it's definitely going to come down. And if, you know, the 786, if it doesn't hold, then more than likely going to get some dippy action back down and under, and possibly 1344 again for some consolidation and another try again. It could possibly go lower. The 786 has been holding strong for quite some time now. So you know, it's just basically doing consolidation sideways, waiting for the next move up. You know, if it does get some gas here, let's take a look at the volume. Volume's looking like it's, you know, creeping up there, building some volume. Is it good volume or is it bad volume? You know, that remains to be seen. So far, it's just basically, you know, doing ASM, a little bit of sideways action so far. We're just still waiting at BTC. Haven't taken a look at BTC. Looks like it's at least in the green here. Let's see what it's looking like. And you know, I mean, BTC. You know, I talked about this the other day in the video, and I was like, you know, could BTC basically be setting up for this kind of scenario here and then up? It's looking pretty deadly right now. I mean, it looks like some breakout stuff. I mean, which direction remains to be seen. So right now is looking, you know, I mean, BTC is actually looking pretty like it's ready to do something. It's getting all coiled up and stuff. So the scenario that we were talking about, you know, with the little wind up pattern, that actually played out pretty well. And I mean, is today the day? You never know. I mean, remains to be seen. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. It is going green, and I know a lot of stuff is going green. But if we start getting the spike up here, we're basically, I mean, a lot of this stuff's gonna pull with it for a bit. But if BTC really starts ripping at it, we're gonna get some pullback. So you know, that's just something. That's just a given. For those of you that have been riding crypto for a while, you know, once BTC really starts taking off, you know, it's good news all the way around. But a lot of people see that it's panic because a lot of the altcoins and such will start dipping backwards, and it's just basically because, you know, everybody's really trying to feed into BTC and keep it going, you know, and you know, a lot of people will do that. You know, they'll jump on, you know, start feeding their profits into BTC, and you know, I mean, kudos to them or whatever. But you know, I mean, just, but yeah, you know, that's just a given. Keep an eye on that. So, but as far as ASM goes, I mean, it looks like we're getting to go. It looks like it's, you know, getting some fuel and it's getting ready to, you know, do something. Is it going to do something? And the sad thing about it is a lot of times, you know, a lot of the coins that we're in will start tearing up and we'll be like, yes, it's making that next leg up. BTC decides to take off and freaking rocket another, you know, 10 G's up again, and we get some pullback, and then we have to start back over from, like, you know, back below the 786 and then work it back up. But you know, that's crypto for you. You know, this is crypto, and you know, this is the game that we're playing. So, but you always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. So yeah, keep an eye on those prices. You know, we could be setting up for something like this here, test, and then upshot there. some, a little lift up over the 618, uh, and some consolidation up here at, like, above 1512, consolidation sideways, and then a rip up. And then if BTC does, have some pullback, it's probably more than likely gonna consolidate back down, like, basically like this, and then come back down and test this 786 until whenever BTC figures out what it's doing after that, or when it decides to stop, and then settle. Because once BTC starts ripping, we're gonna get that pullback, and then once BTC gets to where it's going for the minute, it'll get some sideways action, and then the rest of the coins will have time to start catching up, and then getting that action back up there. So that's kind of basically explains that kind of action from what a lot of us have seen, and in crypto. Because I know there's been a lot of times, in the beginning when I didn't understand that concept and BTC started ripping, and I was like, why are my coins not doing anything? They're just going back, and then I'm like selling panically, and little did I know, that's probably the best time to catch a sale during that point, is because once BTC cools off, these coins start ripping, and it's like then they leave you behind because you already sold out. So I don't make those mistakes anymore. But you always got to remember this is not financial advice, and these are my views and opinions on the market only, and they should only be viewed as such. So yeah, keep an eye on those. Could get some sideways action, pull back to 1344. ASM's holding pretty good. The worst case scenario is, this 1072. I'm still looking for that area, just because I love sales, but I really, it doesn't seem like I'm going to get that unless BTC really, decides to rip, and then ASM just loses the fuel, for a while, which would be awesome for accumulation purposes. But yeah, this is still on the table here, as well as 1330. So if it gets rejected up here, look for 1330, and then if it, or some consolidation sideways, and then uh, the moonshot. So that's either way is awesome. Let's keep an eye on it. And Mr. Big Braids is out. Have a good evening, y'all.